Hello, hello. May God bless you. May He prosper you this day. My name is Rick, and I am the cryptocurrency Watchman. Okay, guys, we're going to look at some coins today. A lot of things are turning green this morning. A lot of opportunity. I'm going to show you some coins that are of interest, but there's a lot of opportunity happening this morning. So hopefully you're up early, checking out the platforms and, making your move, getting in and, getting set up for a good day of profits. So, the first one's going to be Litecoin. Litecoin made a nice little move this morning. Um, Definitely got a confirmation. We're definitely on the move up. If we move over to the 1 hour chart over on Coinigy, we definitely have a buy sign. Not only on our RSI stochastic. We're also seeing on our we got a buy sign on our averages too, and that's the 1 hour. Let's flip over to 30-minute here. Yeah, definite buy sign on everything on Litecoin. I think you could easily see 10% out of Litecoin today, maybe more. Litecoin has made some nice little moves lately, so yeah, I would go ahead and start maybe seriously consider taking a position into Litecoin and look for at least 10% on this one. Okay, the next one is BitShares. BitShares just did pass the buy sign, breaking through a little bit of a breakthrough on the resistance line. When we look at our charts with our 1 hour chart, we definitely have a buy sign on the 1 hour. Let's bump it over. Let's look at 2 hour just to make sure we're still on the mark. Oh yeah, got a buy sign on the 2 hour too. We can jump back over to 30 minutes. Let's take a look at 30-minute here. Got a buy sign on the 30-minute too. We just passed the mark right here on the 30-minute. I would maybe give it one more candle and then go ahead and take a position. Somebody had mentioned me giving exact satoshis for entry and exit, and I can do that. I can start doing that on some of these. It takes a little more work into them to be that exact, but I may start doing that. May start giving you entry and exit points. So I'll let you guys know if I'm going to start putting that together. But you can see, I mean, you guys really need to learn these charts for yourself. The teaching is coming out because there's going to be so many opportunities that I may miss, that you may see, that you just come across throughout the day. You really need to learn how to read your charts, how to know where your entry points, where your exit points, that kind of thing. So I'll help you guys out as much as I can, but it's really up to you to do your own homework and figure these things out, because there's so many opportunities, there's so much volatility within these markets. If you can recognize what you're seeing when it begins to make that move and you jump in, there's some incredible profits to be made, on these platforms. So, but I will help you guys out as much as I can. That's for sure. Okay, my third pick, actually, yeah, the third pick is going to be Cycoin, SC. You can see that we just passed the buy sign here on our averages. We're seeing a nice little progression up, beginning of a nice trend. Let's look over here on the 2 hour chart. We have a definite buy sign on the 2 hour chart. Nice little jump here, and I believe it's going to continue going up. Let's look at the 1 hour. Yeah, buy sign on the 1 hour too. We're starting to get a little bit oversold, but I'm not paying attention to that. I think we're going to see some nice numbers out of this. Let's see, 30-minute. Yeah, 30-minute. It's kind of topping out right here. That's why it's kind of flatlining. But absolutely buy sign, on the 30-minute too. We're seeing a little bit of a red candle, but I'm not worried about that. I think that we're going to see some nice numbers out of this today. So I'm looking for at least 10% out of Cycoin today. Be conservative. 5%. Cycoin has been known to make some quick drops at times. I would maybe take a position for 5%. Wait till it gets close to that mark, and then maybe move your sell mark up a little bit higher, maybe set up for 8% and then 10% and just kind of see where it goes. But I believe we're going to see 10% out of this one today. Okay, the next one is Stellar Lumens, STR. It just passed the average mark. We just got a buy sign on the 30-minute chart here in Poloniex. We're seeing a nice little trend up, at least the beginning of one. I would wait just a little bit, give it a little more confirmation. Maybe look to get in somewhere between about 432. Between 430 and maybe 435, somewhere in there. Let it climb a little bit. Make sure that it is going in the right direction. We're definitely seeing buy signs. This is the 1 hour chart on Coinigy. We're seeing buy signs on both. We're seeing the averages. A nice little buy sign here. The Stoke is definitely give us a buy sign on the 1 hour chart here. But give it a little more time. Give it, a little more time. Let's see what it's going to do. We're seeing some more green on the 30-minute. We don't really have a buy sign on the 30-minute. However, with everything turning green and it is down, it's showing that it's oversold. But I'm not going by that. The RSI sometimes can be a little squirrely because if you look at some of these numbers that we're seeing, it's not oversold. So yeah, definitely you can see that it's beginning to make a little bit of a mark, and we're even seeing a jump up, on the averages here. So yeah, give it a little more time, but I believe this one is going to give us some decent numbers today. Look for at least 5% and probably another 10%er. I know I usually try to push the 5%. And I do that, to make sure that you guys are walking away with profit every day. So, be conservative. Some of you, if you're setting your sells, and you got to walk away and leave for the day, but you want to make a profit on your money, sell it. Set it for that 5%. Walk away and leave for the day, and just know that you're going to make your 5% and be happy with that. But if you're sitting here and you're trading and you're keeping an eye on it all day, then by all means, shoot for the 10% and whatever else you might be able to pull out of it. I think we're going to see some good numbers out of some of these coins because we had every single coin when I got home last night was in the red. The top 100, with the exception of the dollar, which is Tether. Every single coin was in the red. Every coin. That is some serious manipulation by some big money people. But when they start going green, that's opportunity. So, you can just about pick and choose right now and start making money on these coins. Okay, the next one's going to be Syscoin. This coin's actually been pretty good to us in the past. We've seen some pretty good numbers out of this one. And I picked this one also because I wanted to show you something. This is something I'm going to be showing you guys on the class that I'm coming out with, the video. If we look at our trend lines, you see that we had a nice little trend right here, a nice little run. You can see how it tested that line all the way up, till we hit up here, and then we started to see the drop. Once it broke through our support line. Now this is a support line because all the candles are above it is supporting the candles. So once it broke through the support line, that's an indication of a very big change. I mean, if it had come down here, even though it peaked out, and we kind of knew at this point, once the candle, once it starts dropping here, there's a good chance that it could have either kind of consolidated and maybe made another jump up, or it was going to go down. But we weren't going to see another green candle like immediately. That's actually pretty rare when you see this kind of jump, or fall with a candle. But you can see where it broke through here, and so that was an obvious indication that it was going to begin to drop. What we call a black cloud, and then you can see the trend line that I drew here as we came down, 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 and this last candle is, just about even with this one, so we knew that it was an indication because once again, it broke through that line a little bit, so we knew that another change was coming, and sure enough, it started to rise again, and so now we're in another trend. You can see how I have the trend line going here, and as long as we continue to test this line, this is going to continue to go up. It's a support line. It's being supported here. And so as long as it doesn't break through this line, we're going to continue to see some higher numbers out of Syscoin today. So what I would do is I would wait. Okay, wait until we see it test this line. Let's get a little more confirmation before you take your position. But as long as we don't break through our trend line, I would be looking to maybe take a position around maybe 49.50, somewhere in there, maybe between 49.50 and 5,000, somewhere in there. So definitely some money to be made out of Syscoin today, but let's look to see how it works on our support line. Okay, our next is Vericoin, VRC. We're on a nice little trend this morning. We broke the buy sign. Looks like late last night, sometime during the night. We're on a nice little move, some nice jumps. Nice, good money to be made a couple times, especially if you follow the retrace. But we're still trending up. So I know that we're going to see some more numbers out of this. This is the 1 hour chart. You can see where I drew my trend line here. Now we saw a little bit of a breakthrough. Which is fine on these trend lines. Sometimes you're going to see this. Now, the breakthrough is an indication that something could happen. So you always want to look for your confirmation. But you can see that it closed here, and then it opened here, and then just opened at the bottom of the candle, or somewhere along the way dropped there. But anyway. This is our open, and this is our close here. So we're still on the way up. I mean, because it was on its way down. It's a little bit of a retrace. We did have a breakthrough, but it still continued to climb. So we're okay on that. And now it's just continuing to test that line. It's not even coming down and touching it. So we're still in an uphill climb on this one. We're still in an upward trend. I'm actually in this coin right now. I've already gotten into this one. I set my sell sign at 10%, and I believe that that's exactly what we're going to see today. Maybe some better numbers, but like I said, all these coins that we're looking at today. I mean, I believe that we're going to be looking at 10%. At least out of most of these. Well, like I said, be conservative. Be smart about it. The most important thing is that you make a profit today, and depending upon how much money you have in there is going to determine how much profit you make. So, set your sells and your buys and everything else. I can't stress that enough. Okay, the next one is library credits. Library credits has been a money maker too for me in the past. It's oversold. And library credit should actually be higher than what it is. It's one of those coins that actually has some very good potential, and I believe is really underrated as far as the numbers that it's at. But there's been a lot of money to be made with library credits in the past. So we look at the 1 hour chart. We've seen a buy sign on the Stoke. It was showing a little undersold, which I believe it should actually be lower. I think it's more of a sold than what they're showing. And we're also seeing a buy sign here on the 1 hour chart. So yeah, definitely a buy sign. Definitely a buy for library credits this morning. You may want to go ahead and take a position. I think that we're looking at a pretty good time to jump in on this one and see some good numbers on this one. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Sorry if I sound a little tired. It's been a very, very busy. I've got a lot on my plate and just doing a lot. So just kind of bear with me. And the teaching will be out, I'm hoping, by the end of the week, if not the first of next week, guys. So shoot me an email. Let me know. The teaching is $60. It's about 2 hour class, but it's going to cover as much as I can. Thanks, guys.